Diddle Arena in Bowling Green, Kentucky, the site of a little Sunday matinee non-conference women's college basketball as the Tennessee Tech Golden Eagles and the Western Kentucky Lady Toppers meet up for the 40th time in the histories of these great programs. Alongside John Butler, I'm Brett Williams. Welcome to our broadcast here on ESPN Plus this afternoon. John, it's a battle of youth and experience between these two squads today.
Long time rivalries between the two schools. Tennessee Tech has 5 grad players. Western Kentucky has 5 true freshmen.
And that's what we're going to see, but it should be a lot of fun between these two. They're meeting up, like I said, for the 40th time in their histories, the second straight season that these two teams have seen one another. And Anna Jones has seen a whole lot of the Lady Toppers, not only in her time at Tennessee Tech, but also in her time at Western Kentucky's arch rival Middle Tennessee. She transferred over from the Lady Raiders after 2 solid years. She has become the leading scorer and rebounder now for 2 straight for Tennessee Tech. Meanwhile, for WKU, the one experienced player that they have is Miral Abdelgawad, their lone senior, the lone player that's not equivalent to a freshman in eligibility. She leads this team not only in hustle and heart, but in basically every statistic known to man.
Yeah, both players, Jones and Abdelgawad, are what I call stat stuffers. Leads the team in every category imaginable: rebounds, steals, points, and both teams highly reliant on both players.
You know, we're looking forward to seeing a great battle between those two as you see some of the banners hung inside this building for this great program, the 1992 Final Four for WKU. Tennessee Tech today has to reuse the blueprint that they used to beat WKU down in Cookeville last season, which was significantly win the battle on the glass and force a lot of turnovers. WKU has struggled in those 2 areas this season.
Yeah, rebounding is a big key. Tennessee Tech's a big team. Got out rebounded the last game against the University of Tennessee, but most people do. That's a big key to tonight's game.
And then for WKU, just hit the shot. This is a team that has been really off the charts offensively, certainly compared to last year where they struggled to score the basketball. The other night against Bellarmine, did not put a good shooting line on the board, only put up 64 points, still won the game. They know if they can hit shots like normal, they'll give themselves a great shot today.
That's always the big key, you know, making both teams this year have struggled from the 3, and I think that's going to be a big key tonight. Tennessee Tech only shooting 24%, Western Kentucky 31%.
Tennessee Tech in purple, moving from right to left here in our first quarter of play. It's the Golden Eagles and the Lady Toppers. We are glad to have you with us. Getting much more experienced staff on the Tennessee Tech side. To the corner, Mackenzie Coleman, one of those 5 fifth-year seniors back on this year's squad. And to the left elbow, here's Anna Jones, and she takes steps.
And that's going to be another big key tonight is turnovers. Western Kentucky is one of the top teams in the country in terms of forcing turnovers.
They have done it with the best of them, as you pointed out, 12th in forced turnovers in the country at just over 24 a game. Also top 10 in steals.
Good matchup right here. Jones versus Abdelgawad in man-to-man.
And Abdelgawad beats her to the bucket and lays it in.
Just a straight line drive to the basket. No help side that time by Tennessee Tech.
Abdelgawad, a true senior in her 4th year with this program. And a 10-second call. So back-to-back forced turnovers by WKU, exactly the way they wanted to start this game.
That's how they play, forcing close to 24 turnovers a game, and that's going to be a big key against Tennessee Tech.
Rest of the starters for Western Kentucky look like this, the same as they rolled out the other night against Bellarmine. Selma Kulo, the one big. The rest of the backcourt, Macy Blevins, Alexis Mead, and Maya Meredith. All 3 of them true freshmen.
And nobody hotter in the country than Alexi Mead.
The reigning Conference USA Freshman of the Week with a beautiful dish to Selma Kulo.
Great penetration and dish to Kulo.
Lexi Mead last week in wins over Indiana State and Tennessee State averaged 20.5 points per game, 4.5 boards, 5 assists, and 2 steals.
Yeah, freshman of the week in Conference USA and has a great shot at being it again.
Keisha Brady drives to the hole. Absorbs contact for the first foul called in this one.
Yeah, strong move that time to the left. A little bit late that time by Kulo trying to come over and help out.
So here's Keisha Brady, another of the Golden Eagles' 5th-year players out of Smyrna, Tennessee. And Brady has really not gotten off to the start offensively that we're used to seeing from her throughout her career.
No, she is. Her points are down from 11.7 to 5.7, and that's consequently one of the reasons why Tech has struggled so far this year. Only 2 and 5. They've lost 5 straight, but they've lost them to really good teams as well.
that they have at number 11 Tennessee, as we mentioned the other night. They also lost to number 22 Florida Gulf Coast on a neutral floor, lost to the always pesky Middle Tennessee Lady Raiders, and then at Vanderbilt as well.
Yeah, I mean, their schedule they have scheduled this year, Tech has, like they're supposed to be good. And they've really challenged them early in the year. And that's another kind of interesting thing going into tonight. Western Kentucky has won 4 straight. Tech has lost 5.
That was head coach of Tennessee Tech, Kim Rosemond, as Macy Blevins lets fly off the front iron. To your point, John, Rosemond said in the preseason this is the most challenging non-conference schedule we've put together in the last 5 years, but it's also the most experienced and deepest roster that we've had in a very long time for this program.
That's correct, but they're not playing right now like they have a lot of experience. That's their 3rd turnover in the first 2 minutes, and you would not think a team with this many grad players would struggle this early in a game against the youth of Western Kentucky, but that's 3 turnovers. They've only had 1 shot so far.
A couple reinforcements come in for Tennessee Tech, Malia Owens and Anna Walker. Blevins up top for WKU. 2 minutes gone. Opening quarter inside Diddle Arena. Meade with the stop and start. Now Abdelgawad open from the wing, and it's good.
And give Lexi Meade her 2nd assist off that penetration, and that is a timeout by Tennessee Tech, and it's a stop momentum timeout and a little bit of anger.
That is a great thing for head coach Greg Collins of Western Kentucky to clap it up for his team just 2 minutes and 10 seconds in, flustering the experienced Golden Eagles. We'll step aside as well and be back with you in just a moment as we continue the 40th all-time meeting between Tennessee Tech and Western Kentucky. Welcome back inside EA Diddle Arena. WKU and Tennessee Tech battling this afternoon, and for head coach Greg Collins and his bunch, couldn't ask for a better start, John.
No, that's a great start for them. Up 7-1, and of course there's Coach Collins. He's been around for a while. I'll tell you what, he has done a really, really good job with a very, very young team so far. I mean, to be 5-2, 5-3, and to have these young players in particular step up, great job by he and the coaching staff.
4th-year head coach is 54-41 here, has a 72.1% winning percentage at home. And that record would be even higher were it not for a rare down year for this program a season ago. A lot of fresh blood in the program this season, and they have reaped the benefits, 5-3 on the season thus far. To the outside, deflection by Blevins. This is a havoc defense.
It is, and they're playing a very aggressive trapping 2-3 zone, not a stand around 2-3 zone. It's very aggressive. They're very active with their hands.
Give credit to Kim Rosemond in her 6th year at the helm of the Golden Eagles for really turning this program back to where it used to be. 15-win increase from 2017-18 to 2018-19. And now this team has been slowly climbing the ladder in the OVC, predicted to finish 2nd this year. Off to an inauspicious start, however.
Yeah, a little slow start, but I think part of it is contributable to the schedule. And I tell you, the biggest compliment that for Coach Rosamond is when you have 5 players that come back for their 5th year, that's a compliment.
No doubt about it.
That means those players are happy with the culture and happy with how things are going.
Oh, backdoor cut by Abdelgawad and Kulo Vetter.
Great pass by Kulo off that split off the post, and a good finish by Abdelgawad. She normally finishes with her right hand. That time she used her left to finish.
I've seen a lot of growth in the playmaking ability of Maral Abdelgawad here as a senior. Corner 3 on the way, not even close. But an offensive rebound by Tennessee Tech. That's 2 air balls in a row from Malia Owens. And a 3-second call, and Tennessee Tech is really struggling to establish anything in this one.
But that's been part of their problem this year, only shooting 21% from 3. And Malia Williams is a good 3-point shooter. I saw her play at Scott County High School, but she's only shooting 27% so far for the 3.
It's really the story of this entire team, 24% from distance on the season. And everybody's numbers are down from a year ago. Abdelgawad all the way around.
And they're just giving straight drives to the basket. It's giving up all layups and the 1-3 by Abdelgawad.
Abdelgawad responsible for 9 of this team's 11 points. We saw that a week ago against Tennessee State, another Ohio Valley Conference opponent, where Abdelgawad had 10 points in the first 5 minutes of the game, only 8 the rest of the way, but it was more than enough for the Lady Toppers over the Lady Tigers.
It was a good move on the inside by Anna Jones.
As Jones breaks the seal, Tennessee Tech finally hits a shot from the floor, but Abdelgawad takes it right past Coleman. Check that, Jones, and lays it in again.
Well, she's on a 50-point pace right now.
11 in less than 5 minutes.
4 layups and a 3.
Mercer.
And another deflection and turnover.
On ahead to Alexis Mead, the crossover and the finish. And another timeout called by Roseman. Tennessee Tech down to just 2 for the game.
I tell you what, it's as good as Western Kentucky's played all year, and I guarantee you this is kind of a shockwave to Tennessee Tech after basically blowing out Western Kentucky last year with the same team.
Obviously a very different WKU team, but just as young as they were a season ago, these Golden Eagles have just not found it today. WKU is, as you said, really couldn't ask for a better start to this one, and time to just kind of keep their foot on the gas, because you were up there at Bellarmine the other night, and the first quarter looked a little something like this. The second quarter, a very different story, and they don't want to have that happen again.
That's true. Western Kentucky got out to a 19-4 start against Bellarmine, but by the time of halftime, they'd lost the lead. And Tennessee Tech is a better team than Bellarmine. But Tennessee Tech is, I think it's fair to say, is very rattled right now. A lot of turnovers, a lot of mistakes.
As the full court press continues from WKU, that is another wrinkle that Tennessee Tech did not experience against the Tops last year. You'll see them press for 40 minutes as we see Jalen Foster into the game for the first time, in for Selma Kulo. And a quick foul committed by Foster.
Yeah, it's just coming over the back that time with Anna Jones. I will say, from the Tennessee Tech perspective, if you're going to get behind, this is the time to get behind early. There's plenty of time to come back. And they've got the experience they should not be rattled.
Catch and shoot from Megan Clark, and she knocks down the corner tray.
Megan Clark shooting 30% from 3. That was a big 3. They needed that desperately.
WKU almost turned it into a 3-on-1 off the restart. Tennessee Tech's defense back in there. Abdelgawad one-on-one with Jones, gets her own rebound and resets. Now the feed from Blevins to Foster, and the Tops are dominating in the paint.
That was a good pass that time. That was good work on the inside by Foster. She was isolated on a low, by herself on a block. Good pass.
14 out of 17 points inside the lane as Blevins almost got ball.
I think she did get ball. She may have got the head as well that time of Clark.
Third team foul here on WKU in this first quarter.
I think that's what, right? See on the, I don't know about that. That looked pretty clean. It would not, I'll tell you what, it probably would not have been called at the park.
Probably not.
Play on at the park.
Inevitably, there would be some complaints because there are probably even more at the park than there are in the arena.
That's correct.
So it goes. 9-point lead for WKU. As Foster confused herself a bit, I think.
Western Kentucky's first turnover of the game.
And we told you one of the keys to the game for Tennessee Tech was to use the blueprint that they used against WKU last season. They won that game 73-59 by forcing 23 turnovers. And as a result, Western Kentucky took 18 fewer shots in the game. They actually shot it pretty well down at Hooper Eblen Center, but Tennessee Tech's defense from creating those problems made sure WKU didn't get as many looks offensively to capitalize.
And one of the differences, Lexi Mead is on this team at the point.
No doubt about it.
She made a big difference. That was a good post duck in that time by Mackenzie Coleman.
A little bit of momentum going back to the visitors now as they've cut it to 7. Maya Meredith trying to take it back, misses, but collects. And she'll maintain possession, although Kim Rosemond begs to differ.
I think the referee is may just be the side referee in front of the Tech bench, may be overruling this. They're having a discussion over this. We'll see what happens. It stays with Western Kentucky.
Teresa Faustino into the game, as is Tori Hunter for the first time for the Tops. Alexis Mead thinking about NBA range. This a little bit more collegiate. And again, the deflection off Tech.
Yeah, that time Tennessee Tech went underneath the ball screen, and you would have thought maybe before this season that would be a good ploy against Alexis Mead. She's shooting 46% from three.
Quickly taking over the team lead in that category that Macy Blevins held down for the first 7 games of the season. Teresa Faustino runs into trouble. Mead nearly made a heck of a shot.
That was pretty good defense that time by Tennessee Tech.
Now Tech has hit its last 3 shots from the floor. WKU 0 of its last 4. And a chance for the Golden Eagles to cut it even more, and they do. Megan Clark, the and one.
Yeah, Megan Clark has done a good job of kind of getting this game back settled down for Tennessee Tech. That was a nice drive. That's her 7th point. Watch this finish with the left hand and the body. Again, foul on Macy Blevins. Did not see a lot.
That's 2 on Macy as Clark can't quite convert the 3-point play.
And a turnover, careless turnover by Western Kentucky, and this is a game of runs right now. Tennessee Tech's got the momentum.
It was 15-3, seemingly moments ago. Clark wants more. 5 on the shot clock. On the drive, runner in the lane does not go, but another offensive rebound, this by Jada Gwynn. Now Anna Jones puts it on the deck. Wanted contact, didn't get any. Coleman falling away. More chances for the Golden Eagles, but eventually a tie-up and Lady Topper basketball.
Yeah, that's what Anna Jones does well. She is a really good rebounder. Probably got fouled that time, got away. I think the Lady Toppers got away with a foul that time. Looked like there was a hack on Anna Jones, and see both players fighting for that loose ball.
And that's the other part of the Golden Eagles blueprint. Last year they had more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds against WKU in that contest. Ended up getting offensive boards on over 50% of their missed shots, which is a bad number for the opponent.
Yeah, if you can get 20%, you'd be happy, but 50% is almost unheard of.
And WKU has struggled in rebounding this season. They are 3-4-1 in the rebound battle, and they were -11 against Bellarmine on Thursday. Hope Savory into the game, trying to reinvigorate the Tops offense. Abdelgawad all the way in. What a quick first step.
Yeah, smart play too. She just put her body into Anna Jones's body and basically created that foul by Jones. And that's just a 4-year player knowing how to draw a foul, basically.
And Abdelgawad has made the most of her free throw opportunities this year, even though it came down after a tough performance at Bellarmine to 65%. And last year, 62, 63 much of the season. Earlier this season, she was in the low 70s. Goes 1 of 2 this time, 18-12. WKU in front. Now Malia Owens on the other side. Too strong off the glass. Hunter, nice save. 2-on-1, Abdelgawad and Savory to the corner. The co-freshman of the year in Conference USA a season ago knocks it down.
That's nice to see by Hope. She had 11 points against Bellarmine the last time, but she struggled to hit the 3. She was 0 for 5 on Thursday. First 3 tonight, dead eye from the corner.
Under 23% from the season, but everyone in Hilltopper Nation knows Hope Savory is a much better 3-point shooter than that. So could this be the turning point? Mackenzie Coleman with the turnaround.
You can do that. I watched her play her whole career at Metcalfe County High School in Kentucky. She's had over 3,000 total points, and just a really, you're talking about a good kid. Right there's one.
Another one of the 5th years. Of course, that's a record at Metcalfe as Alexis Mead goes to work again. Bit out of control at the last moment, and it does not go. Clark across to Owens. 18-footer on the way and in. Nice, down to 5.
Down to 5 nights. Well, you know, from the Western Kentucky perspective, it's not like Western's playing bad. You're not going to shut out Tennessee Tech. Tennessee Tech has stopped turning the ball over.
And they had 3 in the first, 90 seconds of the game.
That's right.
Only 3 since. WKU's done well at finding some space down the sides of the lane. Meade has to get something in the air with 4 seconds. And the battle won by Tennessee Tech.
A lot of contact underneath, no call.
Rebounds 9-7 Golden Eagles to this point. Again, Tennessee Tech trailed 15-3. So on a 13-6 run as we approach the final 10 seconds of the opening quarter. Jada Gwynn on to Owens in the corner. Bounce pass into Jones. The kick out. Coleman, can she cut it to 2? Yes.
At the buzzer, too. That's what she's good at. I mean, she's a great shooter from anywhere on the floor. So that was a great pass that time by Anna Jones. And Tennessee Tech gets a 3, and they'll get the ball back coming back.
Rosemond and the bench fired up as Coleman and the Golden Eagles come off the floor. What a turnaround. It looked like the Lady Toppers were in store for cruise control, but the experience of the Golden Eagles helps them fight back. Second quarter from Diddle Arena right after this. Ready for the second quarter here in Bowling Green. Western Kentucky leads Tennessee Tech 21-19, and Mackenzie Coleman, one of those fifth-year seniors for the Golden Eagles, played a huge role in the Golden Eagles' second half of the first quarter comeback.
Yeah, she got 7 points, hit the 3 to end the quarter. Nice, it shows her versatility. Nice duck-in move down there on the post. Here's another drive and a left-handed jump hook, and then she's going to finish off her play in the first quarter with a 3 from the corner. I mean, that's how she played in high school. Like I said, I've seen a lot of her games. Just a great kid, great family, and she's had a really good career.
And a lot of family in the stands of Diddle Arena today.
Probably have 100 people, I'd say.
As a result of that, Tennessee Tech in purple as Jada Gwynn is double-teamed by Savory and Jenna Walker, who we see for the first time. Now a quick drive from Keisha Brady going to work. She kicks it back out. Coleman thought about another 3, but the Lady Toppers defense made her think otherwise. Now Peyton Carter trying to feed down low. Brady may have taken steps, nothing called. Coleman will finish the possession strong, and this game is tied.
That was good defense for the Lady Toppers for 29 seconds, and give Tennessee Tech credit for finding Coleman, and she's got 9 of their 21.
This score was the same as it was at the end of the first quarter last year in Cookeville. Tennessee Tech then separated itself with a 10-point advantage, 16-6 in the second quarter, as Brady to the hole is fouled by Savory.
Well, you can really see, Western Kentucky's youth sometimes comes into play. A good start, and then now Tennessee Tech on a massive run, just like the other night against Bellarmine. It's kind of the same situation, except I think Tennessee Tech is a better team than Bellarmine. No offense to the Bellarmine people, but I'm just calling it the way I see it.
Well, of course, a lot of those Bellarmine kids, like you said, no disrespect, but they were recruited when the school was still in Division II.
That's correct.
And now a lot of them develop a veteran team, only in their second year at the D1 level.
And this is where Tennessee Tech's experience has really helped them. It looked like they were briefly rattled early, but they have really have found their way. And that helps when you played about 300 games apiece, which is a lot of these kids have already played that many.
Lane violation called, so Brady gets another shot. And you mentioned the second quarter, John. The other night it was 26-10 in favor of Bellarmine. And last season, the Lady Toppers really struggled in this frame, as they were minus 86 for the season outside of the final 2 games when the trends flipped. By far their worst quarter. How about Hope Savory? Tough shot, spinning it off the glass and in.
Yeah, that's a really good move. I haven't seen that move. That was kind of a reverse left-handed, almost jump hook from the 5'5" Savory.
Lady Topper fans have been wanting to see vintage Hope Savory after a tough start to the season. She is starting to come alive. 32 points, 8 boards, 10 assists, 11 steals over her last 4. Another offensive rebound. Left wing, Anna Jones in rhythm. Got it.
Yeah, that's off the offensive boards, and I kind of think Coach Collins wanted an over the back that kind of led to that. I kind of agree with him, but nevertheless, Anna Jones steps up to hit the 3.
Anna Jones last year was a 42% three-point shooter, leading the team in that category, just 21% on this campaign.
I saw Anna Jones 4 years ago here when she played for Middle, and I thought she was a good player at Middle.
Well, her debut again, well, actually, it wasn't her debut. It was her second season at Middle Tennessee. But first time I got to see her on Valentine's Day of 2019 down in Murfreesboro, hung 26 on the Lady Toppers in a Lady Raider victory. And needless to say, WKU hasn't forgotten about that.
Well, she's a tough matchup. She's 6'1", and she can play inside and outside. Make the three, as you just saw earlier from that wing, and she can post you. And she's a really, really solid all-around player.
Again, Tennessee Tech trailed in this game 15-3 out of the gate. Maya Meredith off her foot, and it's another turnover by WKU. And Tennessee Tech gives it right back.
That was a nice save that time by Abdelgawad. Reached in and caused that ball to go off her knee. Had a good game here, 25-23.
Tennessee Tech trying to snap a 5-game skid. Mead to the left wing. 13 turnovers between these two today. Mead with the Euro step, but not cleanly.
That's the right call. Probably trying to do a little bit too much on that play. Alexis Mead giving up a lot of size going in there. I mean, she normally does, but Tennessee Tech has some tall timber in there.
You got Mackenzie Coleman at 6'3". You've got Anna Jones, a tall 6'1". Guard forward hybrid. Peyton Carter orchestrating the offense. Baseline J on the way from Coleman, too far. Not off of Mead.
And as the rebounding, it appeared to be pretty close at one time. It seems like to me Tennessee Tech is starting to win that battle.
They are +3 on the glass thus far. Keisha Brady working on Maya Meredith. 4 to shoot. Carter has it stripped by Mead. And here goes Lexi Mead with the stop. And the rim was unkind, but she'll shoot 2.
And that's right there what the Lady Toppers are top 10 in the country is flat steals. Steals and forcing turnovers. And that was a flat steal. Live ball turnovers are a disaster for the team because it normally leads to points, as you can see.
Well, Greg Collins said in the beginning of the season during media day that our defense this year is take the ball, go score, and then do it again.
That's good philosophy.
His team is undefeated this year when they accumulate at least 15 steals in a game, which is not hard to believe. Mead 1 of 2 from the line. The team is 2 of 5 for the game.
That's been part of the problem this year for Western Kentucky. It's not been a strength, only shooting 62%, and they struggled against Bellarmine. It was kind of 1 out of 2 all night.
At WKU, just 44 of 78 from the stripe over the last 4 games. The one advantage they've had is they've been able to draw substantially more fouls, and they have attempted 58 more free throws over that same stretch.
Just forced another live ball turnover. Another steal for the Lady Toppers.
Blevins on ahead to Abdelgawad. Selma Kulo back in. The
Great
give and
pass.
go works again, but Abdelgawad rushed it.
Going to call a foul on Kulo on a hold. Don't think she agreed with that. That's a nice split the post, dump down, and watch this great little drop down pass right there. And Maryland, she makes that 9 out of 10 times. Don't really look like to me that was probably all ball that time, but nevertheless, it's Kulo's. Is that her second foul?
It is. 2 on her and 2 on Macy Blevins. Looks like Abdelgawad didn't quite have a clean handle of that ball before she went up to the basket.
I believe that's correct.
WKU has not hit a shot in almost 3 minutes. Tennessee Tech hasn't scored in almost 3. Defensive rebound, Macy Blevins. On ahead, tries to dish it into Foster. The turn, the shot. Rushed that a bit.
Yeah, did not have real good spacing on that 2-on-1 fast break.
Now Jones, coast to coast, is fouled.
And that may be 3 on Blevins. It's either going to be on Blevins or Foster. It's going to be on Macy Blevins. That's going to be her 3rd.
And going for the block. Got the underside of the wrist. So here's Anna Jones, a 65.6% free throw shooter. leading this team with 11 points per game.
Her stats this year are almost identical to last year. She averaged 11.2, 6.2 rebounds last year, 11.1, 6.6 rebounds this year. You're talking about consistent. Her and Mackenzie Coleman's stats are dead even from last year.
Only difference again for Jones is that significant drop off from distance.
Yes.
Though her volume hasn't been comparable to last year at this point. What a step back by Meade. But the Lady Toppers are cold from the floor.
I don't know if Coach Collins liked that shot or not. It's early in the shot clock.
Neither team has hit a shot in the last 3:09. Megan Clark trying to change it, but she can't. Abdelgawad hustling across the timeline. A little behind the back, up top, Meade. Can she cash in? No.
That was a much better look that time, just missed it.
Brady with a great feed up to Gwynn. And the seal broken. Timeout, Western Kentucky, as Tennessee Tech takes its largest lead.
Yeah, that was a great diagonal pass and finish. And now, again, the momentum has shifted the other way to Tennessee Tech.
Turned into a bit of a transition game. Some fouls on the floor. Tennessee Tech has found its way to a 5-point advantage. We'll step aside. Back in just a moment. Brett Williams and John Butler back here with you inside EA Diddle Arena, the pep band loving life for WKU. But Tennessee Tech is the team smiling at the moment as the Golden Eagles have clawed back from trailing 15-3 to open this game to leading by 5, their largest margin. And John, it's really the nightmare situation again for WKU. We told you last year the second quarter was where Tennessee Tech separated, and the second quarter for the last 2 seasons has hurt the Lady Toppers. It's happening yet again.
Yeah, a little deja vu, and a lot of it has to do with Tennessee Tech is really starting to take control of the boards. 16-10 on the boards, 7 offensive rebounds, and it's really the big 3 for Tennessee Tech right now. Mackenzie Coleman, Megan Clark, and Anna Jones. They have 23 of the 29 points for Tennessee Tech, and so far for the Western Kentucky, it's really only Meryl Abdelgawad. She has 12 out of the 24. Nobody else has more than, well, Hope Savari has 5, and other than that, not a lot of production.
And we told you about what happened in Tennessee State last weekend for WKU. Abdelgawad with those 10 points in the first 5 minutes, only 8 the rest of the game. Again today, 11 points in the first 4.5 minutes, and just 1 over the last quarter.
She's got a tough matchup too. That's Anna Jones is a really good defender that's guarding her.
Trying to work off a screen, picks it up. Savari dishes it down low. Now Abdelgawad gets it back going.
From Hope Savari, good pass that time.
Those are the kind of dishes that we got used to seeing from Hope last season. Finished 4th in Conference USA in assists per game. And that mark of 4.2 also tied for 3rd all time by a Lady Topper freshman. Wants a steal, nearly got one. To the corner, Malia Owens, high arcing 3, and she's airballed a few of those today.
Yeah, not close from either corner.
Owens a 27.6% three-point shooter.
It's gonna be we're gonna call that on Foster. It's gonna be we'll call it an illegal block. I thought it was an inadvertent elbow in the chin. I thought that's what they was going to call. I saw the contact. I didn't see the block.
That is her 2nd and the team's 4th.
Western Kentucky going man-to-man. They've kind of gone back and forth between the zone and man.
They do so often.
And it's a tough matchup inside with Coleman.
Gwynn dishes out. Coleman with the long 2. Perfect.
That was a good drive, and Mackenzie Coleman taught well, replaced, stepped out for that little 10-footer.
Coleman in double figures, 11 points for her.
I know this game means a lot. She's played some games in a regional tournament here at Diddle Arena.
Abdelgawad with the answer.
It's her 2nd 3, and that's a deep 3.
And now Abdelgawad up to 17 points all of a sudden, 5 rebounds.
I think what's her career high? Is it 26?
29.
29. Well, she's definitely on that pace.
That was at FIU last season. She has reached 20 just 5 times in her career, but 2 of them this year. All the way down, Gwynn.
It's a walk, yep. That's number 11 turnover. She was looking to pass first, and that was the time she got into the lane about 6 foot. That was a classic, just a pull-up 6-foot jump shot.
Approaching the final 3 minutes of the first half. We told you these teams meeting for the 40th time. It has been almost dead even. WKU leads the series 20-19. Jump ball will stay with the Lady Toppers.
Yeah, nowhere to go that time by Maya Meredith. I mean, Maya Meredith played really well. She's been double figures 5 out of the 8 games. She's another true freshman. Had a big game against Bellarmine, had 17 points, and her and really Lexi Mead were the two that led the final quarter down the stretch.
Last year, the Lady Toppers were led by a lot of freshmen by default. But this season, they've got some freshmen who are going to form the core of the new generation for this program.
How about that screen roll? And I'll tell you what, Abdelgawad is playing as good as I've ever seen her play. Give her another assist to go with her 17 points.
Pass through traffic, Savory with the steal, now the feed. Here comes Abdelgawad again, full steam to the bucket, and she's got 19.
Tennessee Tech, the last 2 times, they're penetrating into the lane, but you got to look to score a little bit, and it's hard to make a pass when teams are backing off of you.
Western Kentucky back in front thanks to a 7-0 run that's taken just 60 seconds to materialize. Abdelgawad fighting for another rebound, fans on their feet supporting her. Savory, 2-on-1, Foster again.
That was a great catch by Foster. Ball was a little low that time. She was open, but Foster just went down there and got it. And tell you what, if you like runs, this is a game of runs.
WKU's hit its last 5 shots and now leads in the second quarter, 14-12. Malia Owens. Back up top. Elbow jump shot from Ansley Hall is good.
Yeah, Ansley Hall has not played much at all this year. From Watkinsville, Georgia. Averaging less than 1 point a game.
A 4-sport athlete at North Oconee High School down there.
I
Basketball,
like that.
soccer, softball, and cross country.
I like that. I wish more people would do that.
As Mackenzie Coleman picks Hope Savory's pocket.
Over dribbling that time.
Approaching the final minute of the first half. It's been a dandy. Keisha Brady, good spin. Tipped by Abdelgawad. Anna Jones looking to crash. Savory once again creating some trouble, and Tech coughs it up.
Another turnover. What is that, 13 for Tech?
That is correct.
Man, that's a lot of mistakes, but they're not, a lot of these mistakes that Tech is making, you can contribute to Western Kentucky's pressure. They are so active with their hands. Western Kentucky is very active in what I call like pass fakes, where they'll fake at the dribbler and play the pass, and that causes a lot of trouble.
And the points off turnover 17-5 in favor of the Lady Toppers.
That's a big stat.
Here's Hope Savory with the defender in her face, just missed.
That was a tough shot, but it looked good from this angle. Hope Savory, the one thing about her, she got better last year as the year went on, but she always plays with a lot of confidence.
Yes.
I mean, I don't think she has a lot of self-doubt, and I just know as a player, you cannot play at this level if you're not confident.
Came in as a walk-on. A lot of freshmen last season, and she really rose to the cream of the crop. Earning a superlative in Conference USA, and now trying to figure out exactly what her role looks like in this new look team. Harassing Malia Owens. Gabby McBride now into the game, nearly came up with the steal.
Yeah, that was great pressure. 13 seconds left in the half, and Tech is going to have to get a shot off. Shot clock's at 7.
And Savory with the steal. Throws it off of Coleman and out of play.
Great play by Hope Savory.
That's 2 straight possessions in which Hope has been the best player on the floor.
Yeah, tremendous play that time, which sets up the Lady Toppers. They should get the last shot. No reason why they shouldn't. Up 2, got a possibility going up 5. If they take care of the ball and get the right shot.
Well, let's see who takes it.
Should be a quick ball screen, I'm guessing, for the point guard here.
Mead's calling for it. 4 seconds. 3 on the drive. Mead up and under. Almost a pretty one. Just comes up short.
That's perfect execution. Just did not. It was a tough shot, but didn't quite make it. But Tennessee Tech did not get the last shot. And that's kind of what you want. Great half of play.
Absolutely. As you said, a game of runs, 15-3 WKU out of the gate. Tennessee Tech eventually went up by 4. The Tops answered with 5 of their last 7 shots. And they take a 2-point lead into the break. Our halftime report is next. Stick around and have some fun with us. Getting ready for the second half inside Diddle Arena. Western Kentucky 35, Tennessee Tech 33, your score through the first 20 minutes of this one. Alongside John Butler, I'm Brett Williams. Appreciate you being along with us this afternoon. Decent crowd on hand for a Sunday matinee, getting ready for finals week here for WKU. So not a ton of students in the house, but there is one particular group of students who did find their way to the Hill, or not just to the Hill, I should say, but into Diddle Arena this afternoon. And we'll see if we can feature them here in just a second. In the meantime, the Lady Topper coaching staff getting ready for what should be an excellent second half here, John. The first half was any indication, I think we'll be in for a great finish. Yeah,
this is a great first half. I mean, very entertaining. Both teams going up and down. 35-33, and as we said, the lead has changed several times. This has been well-played basketball.
And neither of these teams have really played a close game to this point this season. WKU hasn't had a game decided by any fewer than 9 points. Tennessee Tech any fewer than 12. That trend may change depending on how this one unfolds.
There's every indication this game's going to go down to the stretch, and kind of hope it does. It makes it exciting.
Now, admittedly, the Bellarmine game the other night saw WKU take the lead for the final time with 5:41 to go, so it was still a close game for 3.5 quarters. They did end on a 13-4 run to close out the Knights, but again, just in terms of an end-game situation, neither of these teams have had to deal with that this year, so we'll see what we get today.
It's, you know, I've always said the first 4 minutes of the third quarter or second half is critical because it's a 2-point lead right now by Western Kentucky. I've always mentioned if Western Kentucky scores the first 6, now it balloons up to 8. If Tech scores the first 6, then they've got a 4-point lead, and momentum oftentimes shifts real quickly right out of half.
The other night it was 9-0 WKU out of that second half break to really reestablish control after Bellarmine had dominated that second quarter.
Tennessee Tech gets the honors of starting off the third quarter with the ball and a chance to tie or take the lead.
Mackenzie Coleman setting up in the post as Brady finds Gwynn, and we are underway in the second half.
The Lady Toppers start out in the zone, 2-3 zone.
Nearly forced a turnover immediately. Meade had the tip. Jones down low. Coleman knocked aside by Abdelgawad. Second chance, and draws a foul.
Yeah, it was a good post feed that time from Jones to Coleman. Couple of blocks inside there, but give Coleman credit for continuing to fight on the boards. And it's Selma Kulo's third foul. She's been in foul trouble most of the game. Hadn't really got a chance to play much because of the foul trouble. I mean, they need her too. 6'4", she's long, and she's a better matchup against Coleman.
WKU's biggest weakness to this point in the season has been consistent play out of their bigs. They haven't been able to get high volume, really anything, minutes, points, rebounds out of their 4. And they're going to need it to contend in Conference USA.
Coleman is not going to miss many free throws, shooting 85%. And that's been pretty much her career.
Don't often see a big lead a team in free throw percentage, but she's done it for several years now.
Done it all her life. There's Macy Blevin. She needed that one. She's only had 1 point her last 2 games and has not made a 3, and she's a really good 3-point shooter. That's a big make for Macy. Maybe that gets her going. Still
a second on the team in 3-point percentage thus far through 8.5 games. But she is playing with 3 fouls. We'll keep an eye on that. Meade with the clean strip, then the tie-up, and the takeover of possession.
Yeah, you got to be careful with the ball around Lexi Meade. She's like a little bulldog right in front of the ball.
Out of Moreno Valley, California, the first team all-state selection from Martin Luther King High School. Holds the single season assist record there.
Has 0 fear.
Not a bit. And what were we talking about with Hope Savory earlier in the game?
They're very similar in terms of just fearless and confident.
Something you can build around as Tennessee Tech gets a steal. Gwynn, Clark, Coleman. Eagles passing it with urgency. Megan Clark had a great start to this game. 7 points early, none since. The drop down. Coleman left it hanging.
Yeah, she normally finishes that with her left, just missed that one.
Blevins wants another one. Off the heel. And Abdelgawad going for it, doesn't get there. Tennessee Tech comes away with the ball. Clark, 3-on-1 if they hurry. Tried to go 1-on-3 herself, it did not work. Meredith chasing it down, the ball all over the place. Now the zip. Blevins, Foster, foul line, Jay, and the bank is open.
Don't know if she called it, but Western Kentucky will take it. It's hard to bank it from straight ahead, but she did.
Looks like me trying to shoot free throws way back in the day when I couldn't swish it, just try to bank them.
Hey, whatever it takes to go in, right?
Absolutely. Go Rick Barry if you have to.
That's correct.
40-35, Western Kentucky. 2.5 gone in the third as Clark drives baseline, a nice finish.
Did a good job of using her body. Western Kentucky a little slow. They normally do a good job of rotating for the charge.
What a job by me to get inside and the foul.
Gonna get an and one too. She missed several in the first half that she's made most of the year, and that time did a nice job of angling her body into the lane. Gets real low right here, and watch her kind of dip down right there. Did a little bit of a ball fake, almost like a little horse move if you ever played horse before. Got the defender up in the air and then finished.
Was never really good at that.
There's a technique to playing horse. Make shots the other player can't make.
Yeah, exactly. And this is why I wasn't good. Tell you who was good, I found this out the other day, that Jessica Lucas, the all-time leading setter in WKU volleyball history and current assistant coach, she actually beat Donovan Mitchell in horse twice back when he was good friends with Hilltopper great Alyssa Kavanaugh.
That's pretty impressive since he's one of the best players in the world.
Lucas said she had a little bit of basketball game growing up in addition to her volleyball prowess.
There's oftentimes those two sports have similar skills. Now it's a nice finish that time by, was that Brady?
That was Keisha Brady.
It was Keisha Brady, and going to draw the foul that time on Alexis Mead. Brady does not she has really struggled this year. We mentioned that earlier, only averaging 5.7 points a game, but that's the type of points that maybe get somebody going that's struggling.
Again, Brady led this team in points per game 2 years ago, a first-team All-Ohio Valley Conference pick. Last year, third on the team and a second-team selection, but just seventh at 5.7 points per game this year.
Got to think it's confidence.
Yeah, unusual to see that from a fifth-year player.
It really is. But, that may be part of their schedule, too. Nice move again, Abdelgawad. Have a day.
Third time this season into 20 points after doing so just 3 times in 3 years. Jada Gwynn all the way down. And unfortunately, can't really call her the turf monster. How about the hardwood monster ate her up?
Yeah, again, she's getting to the lane, and this has happened several times with some of the Tennessee Tech guards. When you get to the lane about right there, it should be a jump stop and a pull-up, and then you can pass or dish. And most of the Tech players right now are getting to the lane to pass, and eventually that little jump shot's got to be open.
Savori back in and controlling as she works one-on-one with Gwynn. Thought better of a shot in traffic. Abdelgawad wants some space, creating some, and she'll have a chance at 3.
Bonus for Western Kentucky, going to draw a foul on Anna Jones as well.
Her second.
Just such a strong player that time, and boy, she takes contact as good as anybody. Takes contact with her hip and still finishes. And she's, most of her points have been on these drives, but she's also had 2 threes and making her free throws tonight as well, today.
2 of 3 from the line, and how about this, John? 10 of 12 from the floor.
It's a pretty good day. And it's not over.
Still has a 1.5 quarters to go.
This game has started, the third quarter has started like the first quarter for Western Kentucky.
13-7, Lady Toppers advantage in this frame. Here goes Coleman. Good double team by WKU. Jones weaving her way through. Coleman. McClang in the finish. Savory, can she run it down? Nope. Well, she and Lexi Mead are actually
not on the same page that time. I think there was a possibility of a run out, just a little bit of an overthrow.
They're all smiles to one another because they both respect that in each other's game. They can both hurl it down the floor, and this time Hope just not expecting it. That's kick.
One thing that Tennessee Tech does not do a whole lot that you see other teams do, they don't set a lot of on-ball screens out front. And it may not be a bad idea if you got Lexi Mead guarding you, because she is causing a lot of problems out front.
Jones trying to find Coleman down low. She has hops, but maybe not that many.
Yeah, that's is it 16 turnovers?
It's 17.
17 for Tennessee Tech.
WKU has forced 24 or more in 5 of their 8 contests this year. And Delgawad looking for McBride, and Morale frustrated that the JUCO transfer couldn't quite haul that one in.
And that's back-to-back no shots by Western Kentucky turnovers.
4:55 to go in the third quarter, 48-42 WKU. We're having some fun today and hope you are as well. This one is getting good. We'll talk to you more in just a moment. Back with you inside EA Diddle Arena, and that was that special group we were talking about. Hilltopper Volleyball in the house supporting Lady Topper Basketball. Those ladies finished off their season last night as they fell in the second round of the NCAA tournament at the number 8 overall seed Georgia Tech. But John, what an absolute run for that squad over the last 3 seasons in which they went 83-5.
And you had the pleasure this year of calling their games too. You were down there last night, and I think you got in about 3 o'clock in the morning.
I did. It was a bit of a short night, long night on the bus, short night elsewhere, but wouldn't trade it for the world. Working with that program has just been a true treat. Some amazing people, and they deserve all the accolades and the love from this community that they've had, starting with Travis Hudson, no doubt about it.
Great coach, great program too.
Local guy has spent his whole career here, 27 years at the helm of this program, nearly 700 wins.
And a perennial now, top 25 team.
Absolutely.
Did not get the greatest draw in the world to play at Georgia Tech.
They didn't. There was a lot of debate between members of the program, the fans, who really thought was the best draw. Of course, some geography at play in the NCAA bylaws for Olympic sport championships, and so limited some options. Georgia Tech had a fantastic match last night, any way you shake it, and they are going to be a worthy opponent for everybody that they face in the Sweet 16 and beyond. In the meantime, 48-44, WKU on top of Tennessee Tech.
There's another offensive rebound that led to a point, that time by Anna Walker.
Hope Savory looking for Gabby McBride. McBride collects, and the top's maintained. Jenna Walker gets a step, gets a block by Coleman. Savory trying to finish off the play, and it does not go.
A good look from the corner that time.
Blevins, as looks like Megan Clark lost the ball before Blevins hit her. That could have been a 4th.
Yeah, that could have been Macy's 4th. Close that time, but no call. I think overall it's been a very well called game.
I think so.
I haven't noticed the officials. That's normally a good sign. Still, the big key is the points, the turnovers. 20-7 points off turnover by Western Kentucky.
WKU has forced 6 more turnovers than they've committed, and as you mentioned, plus 13 in those points off. 5 to shoot. Coleman up top. Gwynn has to get one in the air from 20 feet. It's blocked by McBride, but not without contact.
Yeah, that's not what you want to do. Of course, McBride is, that's a hustle play, but it's also an inexperienced play. You really don't want to foul a jump shot shooter especially at the shot clock going down, like a 15-foot contested shot.
First foul on McBride, third on the team here in the third quarter.
And that's not something that Jada Gwynn is comfortable with anyway. I mean, she's 0 for 3 on the year from 3. That wasn't a 3, but she is averaging 10 points a game, but that's not really the shot you want to foul somebody on.
62% from the stripe, goes 1 of 2. McBride atones for her error by hauling in the board. And now here's Jenna Walker, yet another point guard on this Lady Topper squad this season. Delgawad wanting a high ball screen, gets one. Playing with 24 points today. Savory all the way out, back in, and then into Mackenzie Coleman. Tennessee Tech can tie with a 3. Anna Walker now. No relation to Jenna. A stop and the start. Gwynn has space, offloads.
Yeah, got inside the middle of that zone, and a nice pass that time by Gwynn. Finished by Coleman. 48-47. This game just going back and forth.
That was a pop from behind by Gwynn to knock it out of the Delgawad's hand.
I've not seen this lineup a lot by Western Kentucky. A little bit different of a lineup.
Gabby McBride getting a few more minutes here again. Selma Kulo has 3 fouls, so we haven't seen her in a while. Blevins from distance. No good. Rebounded by Abdelgawad. The putback doesn't go either. Third chance, though. Blevins. Bang!
So it's the best three in the game is the inside out from an offensive rebound. That was Abdelgawad got 2 that time and a kick out that time to Macy Blevins, and then Western Kentucky just forced a turnover.
That got the bench electrified.
And Jenna Walker is one of them on the floor. She's electrified. She plays with a lot of emotion. That time, the last 3 by Macy, she got her feet set. And she's tough when she gets her feet set.
Into Abdelgawad on the baseline. How in the world did she find space to operate? And that's a foul.
Yeah, that's a frustration foul that time. Probably there's some contact down there on that shot by Abdelgawad. She missed the shot. A little bit of a frustration foul. I think Coach Collins was arguing for a potential foul that time. Did not get it.
This is an interesting play. Look at this. They all sprint from the baseline.
Yeah, I call it the NFL play.
Hope Savory interrupting it with a steal. Much ado about nothing for Tech. Abdelgawad on the way in, but that's a charge.
That's a terrible call. I can tell you that. That's a terrible call. I had to angle that time, and it's hard to get moved her body over. You know, when you're going sideways, that's just not a very good call in my opinion. Moving into her that way. I think they missed that one. I just bragged on the officials.
I was going to say,
just bragged. That was not
jinx.
a very good call. Yeah, and that's a big call against Abdelgawad too. That's 2 straight fouls against her.
Has to be careful now. 1:55 to go in the third.
It's also the hardest call in the game to make.
And that's a reach on Savory as she got a little aggressive going for that steal. Needless to say, Tennessee Tech now in the bonus.
Yeah, that was 3 very quick fouls on Western Kentucky. The reach and the 2 fouls on Abdelgawad.
Now 5 Lady Toppers have at least 2, with Blevins and Kulo sporting 3. Here's Keisha Brady, 69% from the stripe on the season. Last season, she shot 37% from the floor, 20% deep, 74 from the stripe, and all 3 of those numbers have declined.
A good rotation on her free throw. I think just all confidence with her.
I expect her to get it back for OVC play. Teresa Faustino, that was nifty, but the pass wasn't. And now Tennessee Tech can take the lead or tie, and tie they will not do as Clark misses the layup.
That was a nice 3-on-1 fast break. Just Clark missed the layup. As a good look-away pass that time by Gwynn.
The initial call was Western Kentucky ball, but Tennessee Tech protested and they got their wish.
Yeah, I think that's the correct call.
lob into Coleman. Megan Clark.
Boy, it's a big call. That's another foul on Abdelgawad. You're talking about picking up quick fouls.
3 in about 3 minutes?
Yes. And I think she's going to come out of the game, and I think it's probably a good call just to kind of settle Abdelgawad down just a little bit. She's a little bit frustrated. She had a fantastic game. I think she got one cheap one, but that one was the correct call.
She and Coach Collins are still having a conversation about what she saw, what he saw, but he gave her a high five, and he talks about it all the time that since day one when she arrived on this campus 3 years ago, she has just given 150% effort and energy every practice, every play, every game. Motor never stops.
I agree. Very consistent player. On the floor, production and effort.
Tennessee Tech ties the game at 51. A lot of free throws for Tech. They have taken 12 more than WKU, and that reverses that trend that we talked about earlier, what the Tops have done recently. Macy Blevins wanting her third 3 of the day, but Faustino gets the offensive rebound.
We'll have to find a way to score without Abdelgawad and Meade on the bench right now.
Faustino, baseline drive, hangs one up. Nope, McBride quickly double teamed. Blevins the drive, and she'll take shots.
Good effort that time by McBride, keeping that play alive. In fact, Western Kentucky's top 3 scorers right now are on the bench. Maya Meredith is also a double-figure scorer.
As you said, Macy Blevins only 1 point over her last 2 games. 6 today, make it 7.
4 starters right now on the bench for Western Kentucky. It's a good bounce-back game for Macy Blevins.
Perfect 2 of 2.
She's going to have, with this lineup out on the floor, she's going to have to score for the Lady Toppers.
And again, she has 3 fouls.
Yeah, not enough movement for Tennessee to get open. They've got to set screens. This time, I call it the NFL play. All 5 are on the baseline. 4 are going to sprint deep, and a couple are going to come back to the ball, I assume, and that's what happened.
I can't say the last time I saw that.
I've seen it a couple times, but only in the last couple of years. This is a wrinkle. I never saw that when I was playing. I don't even know if it's legal at one time.
So when the coach draws it up, do they say, okay, I need you to run a post route and you to button hook and all this?
It's kind of the way it is.
Nearly a moving screen. Brady, my goodness.
Oh my goodness, that was a lot of contact. I'm surprised there was not a foul on Gabby McBride. She tried to block this into the seats right there. No call on that one, but the second foul is going to be on, I think, Jenna Walker. And Tennessee Tech has lived on the free throw line this quarter in particular.
They actually gave McBride credit for the block. I think she may have just gotten a hair of the ball. As you said, she wanted to destroy it.
Well, it was a violent block attempt.
Still, there it is on Jenna Walker. You were right. Nisha Brady getting serenaded following the miss. But she converts.
The band not in a real Christmas cheery type of mood for Tennessee Tech.
This is the sort of Christmas holiday special, if you will, game for the Lady Toppers because it's their last home non-conference game. Their next home game begins CUSA play on December 30th as Walker draws the blocking call against Brady.
Fortunate that time. Won't get 2 shots out of it. Lady Toppers really wanted, and that was the correct call, as you can see. Lady Toppers would prefer on that play to probably take the shot with about 4 seconds to make sure Tennessee Tech doesn't get the ball. But anyway, they're going to get 2 free throws. But the negatives to that, Tennessee Tech is going to get a shot to end the quarter.
A high time for Walker to convert, and she does.
She's got good form from the free throw line. That's why I think this team overall, they're 31% from the 3. I think as the year goes on and as their career goes on, they're going to shoot better.
Jenna Walker 8 of 10 from the line to open her college career. Hope Savory in for added defensive pressure on this final possession of the quarter. Jada Gwynn, full speed ahead. Up top to Brady, 3 seconds, 2, corner 3 for the tie, got it. Malia Owens.
They've ended the first quarter and the third quarter with corner threes, and those are big momentum changers. And when you shoot at the end of the quarter, I don't think there's a lot of pressure. You just get it and shoot it.
And Malia Owens airballed a few earlier in this one. Nothing but net this time. We told you neither of these teams have played a close game. That's about to change. We're all square with 10 minutes to go. Fourth quarter coming at you inside EA Diddle Arena, and we told you this was the Christmas game, if you will, for the Lady Toppers, and that was the giveaway. Something to trim the tree with here in a few weeks, and the Tops hope to have a win to add to their record to this point as well, make it 5 straight that they can hang on across their mantelpiece. Tennessee Tech has had 5 L's, nothing but coal in their stocking for the last few, but they're trying to change it. And we are in store for a fine final 10 minutes of this one.
Yeah, it was a big shot at the end of the quarter right there. The 3 from the corner. Those are some would call daggers at the end of the quarter. It is the momentum changers. We'll see what happens right here, but we've got a good one, 55-55.
Starting lineup almost restored for WKU. Selma Kulo, Alexis Mead, Maya Meredith back in. Still no Maral Abdelgawad rather, as a turnover right out of the gate.
That's not what you want to do to start the quarter.
But it's Savory and Foster also on the floor for WKU as Tennessee Tech continues to run routes.
I think one of the key questions is going to be how long will Coach Collins sit Abdelgawad with 24 points but 3 fouls.
I think he needed to sit her long enough for her to just check back in mentally to what she needed to do and play with control. We know she can. Just seemed like there was a stretch there where the intensity was rising and she wasn't keeping it in check as much as she needed to. Brady with the fake. And she'll take shots as Alexis Mead gets charged with her first.
Yeah, I think that was the correct call. Alexis Mead was not outside the inner circle right there. I think she's still inside it, and she is. And that is an automatic block. Got to be outside the circle.
And her feet weren't set anyway.
No. And you know, Tennessee, that's 17-8 in terms of fouls against Western Kentucky. And free throw shooting has been a big deal. It's 15 for 21 for Tennessee Tech and only 8 of 10 for Western Kentucky.
Brady is 6 of 10. So she's had the highest volume today. Still has missed 4 of them, 7 of 11 now, as the Golden Eagles go back in front.
6th lead change of the game.
Along with 5 ties, Mead, contested shot, offensive rebound, Kulo. Jalen Foster, not her game. She has it in her arsenal, but doesn't take a lot of threes. And now she coughs it up to Gwynn. 3-on-2 come the Golden Eagles, nearly a loss. As Foster hounds Jones. Brady penetrating again, dishing it out last second to Coleman. She takes it back. Well, what's the call?
It's going to be a foul on Brady. She dove to get the ball, but she knocked Kulo down from doing it.
So that's 2 on Keisha Brady.
Trying to make that pass right there, and you'll see Brady come out of nowhere, and that's the correct call.
Actually got her around the knees.
It'd be a clip in football.
A lot of gridiron similarities here. On the day the college football playoff rankings were finally announced.
No surprises.
Nope.
Congratulations to the University of Cincinnati.
Absolutely. The group of 5 finally has a shot.
Well deserved.
Long time overdue.
Yes.
Foul off the ball.
It's going to be on Mackenzie Coleman. Going to be a push from behind. Selma Kulo trying to post up. It's only her second.
Inside to Savory. Kind of a low percentage execution. On her way down, Gwynn stopped and finished.
They finally did the right thing. They pulled up and made that little 5-footer.
That is Gwynn's game. She leads this team in field goal percentage.
Lead is up to 3.
Bit of a gut check time here for the Lady Toppers. As Abdelgawad heads to the scorer's table.
Tough shot that time by Maya Meredith.
First points of the day.
Yeah, averaging 11 a game, I believe. and has been shut out. And they, Western Kentucky desperately needs Maya Merida's offense.
Gabby McBride also about to check back in. I'm surprised we haven't seen a little more from Tori Hunter today. As Jones is fouled by Kulo, and that's her fourth.
It's either going to be on Meade or Kulo. They gave it to Kulo, that's her fourth. She has just never got into any rhythm at all.
2 points, 2 boards, 1 assist today. Case with her head coach. Jones to the stripe. Second team all OVC selection, all newcomer in the spring.
Surprised she wasn't first team. She was a really good player.
No doubt.
I think she could help. I don't say this very often. Looks like to me she could help any team in the country. Just to have a really good all-around game, plus a good defender.
Back up to a 3-point lead for Tennessee Tech. Hope Savori trying to tie it. Got it.
Big three. That's about 4 feet past the three-point line. That's probably 28 feet away.
How about Hope Savori, 2 of 4 from downtown.
Almost a 5-second call.
Coach Collins still has a 5 stuck in the air as he walks up the floor, emphasizing the point. Here's Jones, thought about a long 2. Owens, where she hit that third quarter buzzer beater. Inside, block to block, that's pretty.
That's 2 players that played together for a while. Jones to Coleman. That was a nice dish that time by Jones.
Coleman up to 19 points today. Alexis Meade looking to answer. She's been red hot from deep over the last couple of games, 11 for 16 over the last 4, but today is 0 of 4.
And not real close on her threes either. Now this is not an easy place to throw the ball inbounds in this deep corner, but nobody's guarding Coleman. So that made it easy.
Missed opportunity.
Correct.
Malia Owens, the 3rd leading scorer in Scott County High School history. To Coleman, the Metcalfe County all-time leader. A little bit of Kentucky flavor here on this Tennessee Tech squad. And of course, a whole lot for Western Kentucky. Meade on the way in. That was blocked by Owens and recovered by Coleman.
Just dribbling too deep that time. And I think some of the Western Kentucky people may want a foul. Kind of the free throw discrepancy that you normally don't get at home. And I'm not saying the game's called bad. I've already bragged on the officials earlier.
They had a miss a few moments after you did that, but everybody gets 1 miss in the game.
No doubt. I think I may have missed one earlier.
Megan Clark from downtown. You bet.
Off the penetration, another boy there, lighting it up from the corner threes.
Hope Savori all the way in, missed the layup. Got to convert those. As Tennessee Tech has its largest lead at 5. Gwynn wants more, looking down low, that was kicked.
She picked the wrong one that time. She had Clark wide open in the 3 over here. And you kind of like to go back to the shooter who just made the 3. But this is getting a critical period for Western Kentucky. It looks like Tennessee Tech is starting to take control of this game.
They were looking for that shooter in the corner.
Yeah, that was Clark again.
Clark just 3 points shy of her career high.
And Jenna Walker back in the game for Lexi Meade.
Macy Blevins and Selma Kulo return as well. Coleman. This is inside. Jones working on Kulo. Wanted a foul, doesn't get one, but gets a second chance.
Probably should have been an offensive foul, to be perfectly honest with you. And Jones just lowered her shoulder and separated Kulo, but no call.
Golden Eagles were down 15-3 to start this game. They now lead by 7, and Greg Collins is forced to use his second timeout. 12-5 margin in favor of the visitors in this 4th quarter, as Tennessee Tech tries to snap a 5-game skid late in the non-conference portion. We'll be back with the conclusion of this one in just a moment. .453 to go here at Diddle Arena at 67-60 Tennessee Tech. And the Golden Eagles, we've talked about it, have struggled at times this season from distance, and that also has something to do with not having the services of Jordan Brock on the floor. Brock not in uniform. She is one of those fifth-year seniors who elected to come back this season but suffered a knee injury in the preseason, and she's trying to get back before season's end. Not sure if she will. She is the all-time leading three-point shooter in Tennessee Tech history.
Yeah, from Harlan, Kentucky, another Kentucky girl, and they desperately miss her from three. Today, though, they're shooting well from three, 5 out of 11, but she's a really good player.
And they've done it in some critical moments. Speaking of critical moments, this is one for the Lady Toppers as they trail by the largest margin of the game, at least on their side. And we're going to step aside once again. One more media timeout here in this fourth quarter. 67-60, Tennessee Tech on top. It'll be Lady Topper basketball when we come back. 4:44 to go, 67-60 Tennessee Tech. And we talked about a moment ago how the Golden Eagles at times have struggled from downtown this season. As you said, John, today they've been a little bit better, and they've also hit them at times they've really needed one.
Yeah, 5 out of 11 from three, and from the corner in particular. And the three to end the third quarter, I thought at the time was a big momentum shift, and so far they've not relinquished the lead ever since.
That was that last one from Malia Owens, who's guarding Macy Blevins here. WKU trailing by the largest margin of the day as Blevins is stripped, and it belongs to Tennessee Tech.
Yeah, Western Kentucky, that was really good defense by Tennessee Tech. But Western Kentucky desperately needs a momentum change. Alexis Meade coming in, she finished strong against Bellarmine. The last few fourth quarter, she's been really good. She's gonna have to pick up the pace for the Toppers to get back into this game. And of course, the experience of Tennessee Tech should help them with the lead as well.
Coleman working on Kulo. Outside to Gwynn, baseline drive, and a foul.
And it's going to be 4 on Blevins. Mackenzie Coleman is a really good passer. Has a good pass that time, and there's the foul on Macy Blevins. Probably didn't have to foul because Selma Kulo had rotated over at 6'4" and was there for the block.
Currently an 8-0 Tennessee Tech run over the last 2.5 minutes. Hope Savory knotted this game at 60 with a 3, and that's been it.
And they are, Tennessee Tech is 19 of 24 from the line. 19 of 25.
WKU needed a rebound, and they got one. Maral Abdelgawad, 24 points today, but hasn't scored in 12 minutes. Blevins, baseline, another block by Owen. She's been huge.
Well, there looked to be a whole lot of contact. The block was violent, and sometimes when the block is violent, it looks like there's contact. But no call. And I guess when you're getting outshot 25 to 10 from the line, you kind of want an occasional foul off the drive.
What can Abdelgawad engineer? Off the screen. Now the drive. Can't finish.
Could not finish against Coleman.
Tennessee Tech can really put the Tops in trouble with a bucket here. Owens, Jones, right wing triple. Nope. And here come the Lady Toppers. Abdelgawad all the way in, blocking
and
foul
one.
and one.
And that's what the Lady Toppers need. And we talked at halftime, if the game stays in a half court, and primarily it's been in a half court, it's Tennessee Tech's advantage, and that was the right call. Jones was, you can see, moving, and her heel was on the inner circle as well, so that was the correct call. It would have been 4 against Abdelgawad, but that gives her 26, and maybe that's what the Lady Toppers need.
Make it 27, 68-63, so they'll take it the old-fashioned way. And now the fans will come alive. actually the bench leading the defense chant. Owens looking through, another deflection by Meredith to prevent the open three.
That will reset the shot clock to 20.
A win today for Tennessee Tech would snap their 5-game skid and would tie the all-time series at 20 apiece. 3 to go in Diddle. Near steal by McBride. Oh boy. Baseline J, friendly bounce for Mackenzie Coleman.
She got the shooter bounce. That gives her 21.
Back to 7. And a foul on the floor as Abdelgawad draws another.
It's going to be a foul on Gwynn. Western Kentucky is still not in a bonus. That's the 4th foul on Tennessee Tech. 2:39. This is a pretty important possession for the Lady Toppers.
Should note that Tennessee Tech has not lost when it's reached 70 this year and has not reached 70 in any loss. So they've got it now. Abdelgawad trying to get inside, puts it up, and she's now matched her career high.
That's a tough shot. It's a foul away. Gives her 28.
29 to be exact.
29.
And a double-double to boot. That is the 9th of her career and the 2nd of the season as Kim Roseman calls timeout. Down to 1, she called 2 in the first 5 minutes of the game when her team was down 15-3, but boy, have they answered.
Yeah, well, she needed to. Probably kept them in the game because at one time it looked like blowout city, but I thought the timeouts were properly called to stop the momentum.
And here we are, as we've said before, the first time these teams have been in this close end-of-game situation. So certainly for a young team like Western Kentucky, they will take a lot from this.
Well, yeah, that's the difference. You know, Tennessee Tech with all the grad players. I mean, they have 5 seniors on the floor right now, and 4 of those are grad, 5th-year players. They have played a lot of ball together. Western Kentucky, not only are they young, they have not played a lot together. So this is good experience for Western Kentucky, but you have to think Tennessee Tech, especially with the lead, is to their advantage. The Lady Toppers have 4 freshmen on the floor, 3 true freshmen, 1 redshirt freshman.
Certainly underscores the difference, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
We told you at the top, youth versus experience. We'll find out who wins over the final 2:14. Jones frees herself. Owens. It's been bigger and bigger as this game has gone on. Brady is not released from downtown. 7 to shoot. Owens does. Oh, way off the mark. Mead to the deck.
I think she turned her ankle.
And the official blew it dead as Mead went down.
Yeah, I think she turned her ankle at that time. Did a good job of saving the turnover. She's going to walk it off. You can watch right here. She may have stepped on, did she step on her other? No, she just turned her right ankle that time, turned outward. That will be very sore tomorrow.
The good news for her is she doesn't have to play again until the 15th, so 10 days between games.
Yeah, coming out of the game, I think there's a possibility you could see her again.
Under 2 to play, 5-point game in Bowling Green. We're glad you're with us. Jenna Walker controlling the offense for now in Mead's stead. Off a ball screen from Gabby McBride. Maya Meredith, 8 to shoot. Maral Abdelgawad, 29 points today. Tied her career high. She wants to break 30, and she'll have a chance from the charity stripe.
Yeah, got a good ball screen by McBride, and that was a good job of running offense that time. And Western Kentucky's got a shot to put 2 up with the clock stopped, which is what you want to do when you're behind. Good screen that time, and that was, again, the proper call. Feet was not set that time.
Free throw up and in. And for the first time in her career, Maral Abdelgawad has hit 30.
Nobody else in double figures right now.
Putting the team on her back as the lone senior in a game. Like we say, when your team is so young going up against this experience, you need a game like this from your senior, and she's delivered.
Well, she's played outstanding.
It is a 3-point affair with 1:23 to go. WKU on a 7-3 run. To the left wing for Brady. 1:05 to go, 6 on the shot clock. Brady working on Walker. Jada Gwynn, baseline drive, tough shot falling away, and she's got it.
That's a big shot. That's a shot that Western Kentucky didn't mind giving up, but give her credit, stepped up and made it.
5-point game, Blevins and Walker nearly get rid of the ball.
Abdelgawad needs to come and get it.
Blevins from distance. And the long rebound caroms to Keisha Brady.
Western Kentucky needs to foul now. Down 5, needs to foul.
Or they just do that.
That just will reset the shot clock.
Maya Meredith just punted that thing off the scorer's table.
I think you have to foul. It's 38 seconds to go and 25 on the shot clock. If you try to hold them right there and get the rebound, conceivably still only going to give you 13 seconds. We'll see how they're going to play it. It's kind of in between right here.
They would have to foul twice to send Tennessee Tech to the line.
Of course, a steal would be perfect.
The trap.
I think they tried to foul. They needed to, if they're not going to foul, at least trap and put pressure. They fouled that time. Still let too much time on. What's 7 seconds off?
Jada Gwynn, a 62% free throw shooter.
So you need to foul.
Yeah, not bad.
You don't want to foul Coleman if you're Western Kentucky. And this one has to be, as soon as the catch is made, it needs to be a foul.
And no sooner had I said that they had a foul to give that I start talking about free throws, so my apologies.
Got a foul right now.
And they do. Anna Jones, 65.6%, 4 of 4 today.
Don't have a lot of options right now. I mean, Jones is somebody, 65% is not a great, but she's made a lot of big ones. And of course, the way the women's game is, it's like the NBA. You can call timeout and get it and move it to half court to save time, and that's what Coach Collins wants to do.
He has 2 in his pocket. Rosemond has 1. Free throw is up and out.
Now the other big thing is right now, you have to rebound the miss. You cannot go to sleep, and that happens too often as well. But if they miss it, you got to rebound it.
She hits it, but it remains a 2-possession game because she missed 1. And now Greg Collins indeed uses the timeout to advance the ball.
And Coach Collins is one of the better technicians as well late in the game. We've seen several times in the last couple of years draw up plays. Saw Abdelgawad make a 3 to win a game a couple years ago off a side out of bounds. So he's very good at this. The difference is he's got a really young team. I don't know how much time they practice this time of year, especially with a young team. You're just trying to get the ball in bounds and normal with a young team. So we'll see how well they can execute. Some of this is just basketball knowledge. Can you take instructions right now? This is a great learning experience for the Lady Toppers. Good experience too for Tennessee Tech. They need a win.
Need a win to restore that confidence a little bit as they move forward. Again, a very tough non-conference schedule. They will go to Western Carolina next for a Thursday night showdown in Cullowhee, North Carolina.
And this is all without, Jordan Brock.
Yep.
So, they've played a very difficult schedule, and I'm sure they're hoping this will pay off long term.
So let's see what the Lady Toppers cook up. McBride back to Blevins, 30 seconds to go, down 6. Hope Savori on the move, little bit of a veteran presence, little drop and roll. Gabby McBride to the hole, misses the layup. It remains, though, with the Tops.
That was a great set. Had a flare screen, back screen, and then a perfect pass that time. Just couldn't finish.
But they get another shot, and they need one to drop. Outside to Blevins. Does she take a 3? 18 on the game clock, gets it up, she's got it.
Against Anna Jones too, that's a backup 3. And that gets it within 3. You're talking about confident. Macy Blevins, step back 3.
And like you said, John, needed a bounce back game like this. She got one, and she preserves the chance.
She made that against Jones, 6'1". Watch this step back. This is not easy to do. And hitting nothing but the bottom. That's Stephon Curry-like.
And if you're Greg Collins, regardless of results here, the way that they've battled against such a veteran team and the lessons they'll take away from this has to be a positive for his ball club regardless.
Oh, it is. I mean, you hate to lose the lead that that Western Kentucky started with, but it's not like they just turned it over and gave it to Tennessee Tech. Tennessee Tech has played really well to get back in this game, and this is a quality game, and this is Tennessee Tech holds on. Well, that's great for them, but I think Western Kentucky, the experience of playing this tight game against a really good team, I wouldn't be surprised at the end of the year that Tennessee Tech is first or second in the OVC.
They were predicted to finish seconds, and they certainly have the horses to do that.
Well, they wouldn't all come back if they didn't think they have a chance.
Absolutely. Mackenzie Coleman said in the preseason that she put off occupational therapy school because she wants to do something special with this group. She said, "We have unfinished business. I want to hang a banner. It's time."
Well, it's great. They're going to have an opportunity. Now, Western Kentucky right here, again, same situation. Tennessee Tech will take advantage and move the ball to half court. But if you can't get the steal, it has to be an instant foul.
McBride to pressure the ball.
Good idea, because it's 6'2" versus 5'6". She should be jumping up and down, make this a tough throw in.
Brady gets it into
Got
Jones. So Anna Jones went 1 of 2 from the line last time.
That was Anna Jones and Abdelgawad. We talked about it at the beginning of the game, how similar they are. They always find a way to the ball. This last second situations, it always ends up in Anna Jones's hands. And there's a reason for that. She needs to make, from the Tennessee Tech perspective, you want to make both, but she needs to make 1 out of 2 for sure.
And she does. Now really this next one is critical, because then if she misses it, WKU could go down on the other side and still be in a 1-possession fouling type of game. But she makes it.
Both teams now are out of timeouts. Now the benefit, obviously Western Kentucky, if they're going to win, they got to score. But if they do score, Tennessee Tech has no more timeouts left, so they're going to have to get the ball down the floor, so they can't advance it to half court. Now the last time they tried this, they ran a really good set and got a wide open shot. You prefer a 3, but what you got to do is you got to have a quick shot. I mean, you can't just pass it around and try to get a 3. You're down 5. You got to get a score. It's kind of like, again, back in the NFL. If you're down 9, you either got to get you'd like to get a touchdown, but a field goal also works. And that's the same thing right here. You just have to score quickly, preferably. Of course, Tennessee Tech knows that as well. And from the defensive point of view for Tennessee Tech, what most teams like to do is you switch every screen. Doesn't matter, who you are, you're just going to switch screens, and that tends to take away 3s, unless you have a Macy Blevins step back 3, which is, if they make enough of those, then you just have to live with it as a coach. But Tennessee Tech does not want to foul, and you want to switch every screen.
14.6 seconds to go in this one. Well, let's see how quickly WKU can engineer a high-quality look. Mead to inbound. Up top to Blevins. She's been hot lately. Got to get something in the air. She takes it. Air ball. And no one touched it. So it belongs to Tennessee Tech. As Gabby McBride went tumbling over a photographer.
I think they're going to review this and see if there was maybe a block on this one. On the Blevins 3, was there a fingertip on it? So I think they're going to go to the video review. I didn't see one, but I will say the rotation on the ball was not as clean as normal. And I think that's what they're going to look at.
Let's take a look here. Anna Walker providing the defense.
It's close. I don't know if it's enough to overturn.
I don't think it is.
Yeah.
I don't think there was any touch on the rebound either that would be.
No, they're definitely looking at the shot, and I don't think they're going to overturn that. They're not. It's the right idea.
So Tennessee Tech ball, and WKU desperately needs a steal here.
Yeah, same situation. Steal or not a steal, a foul. And let's just see now how this formation, if they send somebody long on this one.
Brady finds Jones.
Same situation. Yeah, they did send 2 long, but guess who gets the ball? It's Jones.
And if Jones cans both, this game's pretty much in the bag.
It is. And her and Mackenzie Coleman have obviously stepped up big. I think Coleman has, what, 21?
Coleman has 21. Jones 14. Megan Clark also 14. Played a big role in this one.
Big role. Of course, Abdelgawad with 31, is that right?
New career high for her and her 8th double-double of her career. Make that her 9th. Jones, first one out, so still a scant chance here for WKU. But again, no timeouts, can't advance the ball, got to move.
Yeah, almost impossible, to be honest with you. But it would take something weird to happen.
Got to hit a shot in a hurry. 7-6-5 as Meade comes across, got to jack one up here. Abdelgawad to the hole, this won't matter, it's academic. She gets 33, but her new career high will go for naught. As the Tennessee Tech Golden Eagles break a 5-game losing skid, they improve to 3-5 on the season, and they are starting to round a bit more into the form of what they're looking for heading into OVC play.
Yeah, big win for Tennessee Tech. Experience, I think, showed out. Those 5 losses were against quality teams, and a good win for Tennessee Tech. I thought Western Kentucky's young players played well, though. I think the experience will do them well down the road as well.
I agree. They go to 5-4 as their 4-game winning streak is no more, but certainly a lot of experience to take out of this one, and now 10 days to reset as they will head out for a 3-game road trip to conclude non-conference play. First up, a trip to Oxford, Ohio to take on the Miami Redhawks on Wednesday, December 15th.
Yeah, that's not easy. Anytime you go on the road, especially when you play a MAC team, that won't be easy.
That'll be a rematch of the WNIT first round from the 2018-2019 season, a game WKU came back late to win. They'll then head up to New Jersey to take on Fairleigh Dickinson before coming back down to Nashville to face Belmont, their next home contest against another Golden Eagle team, Southern Miss, on December 30th to open Conference USA play. But again, Abdelgawad the story, 33 points, 11 rebounds. Unfortunately for her, the next highest lady topper had 11, and that was not enough to overcome Tennessee Tech.
Now, the experience, the balance of Tennessee Tech, they had balanced scoring. And the free throw shooting, to be honest with you, were big factors in tonight's game. I thought the game was well called though, but they got to the line more. They were more physical team, I guess you could say, especially in the second half. And those threes in the corner, I thought the 3 to end the third quarter was a monster play for Tennessee Tech.
As Tennessee Tech makes 10 more free throws than WKU even attempts, they commit 3 more turnovers, but it does not matter as Tennessee Tech comes out of here with the 76-72 victory. That'll do it for our coverage here from Bowling Green. Appreciate your being along on this Sunday